Good evening, Dean Lewis. I want to thank you again for taking the time to speak with me this afternoon. As we discussed, I have set up a demo course for you to review the Staley MindTap tools. Once you log into your Cengage account, you'll be taken to a page that looks like this, and then you can click on the link underneath the MindTap heading, and that will open up MindTap in a separate tab. There are two main views within MindTap. In the main frame of the page, you'll have what's called the learning path. This is our path of resources, and it is customizable should there be any chapters that you do not include in the text, if you cover the chapters out of order, or if there's any other content that you would like to add inline into the learning path. And then over here on the right side of the page, you have what's called the App Doc. This is where students have access to a variety of study tools such as flashcards, a glossary, a search tool. And this is also where you as the instructor have all of your editing tools should you want to edit any of the pre-built activities. To access any items within the learning path, you'll simply click on the item and it will open. So for instance, if we want to look at the focus entrance interview, we'll simply click and the resource will open. So the focus entrance interview will match what the students have in the book, just in a digital form. Let's go ahead and take a look at a chapter's resources. So here we have all of the chapters. You'll notice that when I place my mouse over top of one of the items, I'm given two options. So you can certainly edit or you can hide this area. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll click into chapter 3. And here you'll see all of the resources that have been pre-built for chapter 3. Again, as we had with the chapters, if there are any items that you do not want to include, you can simply click on the hide button. And then you can use the pencil should you want to reorder this, retitle it, or make changes to the content. Each chapter will follow a similar structure of resources to help the students get kind of acquainted and know what to expect when they access a new chapter. So each chapter is going to begin with this FaceTime with the author. So this is a quick video by Staley that provides a quick overview of what the chapter will cover. So the student will watch the video. All of our videos are closed captioned and we do have downloadable transcripts. And after the student watches the video, they're going to respond via this discussion board type forum down here. So students will be able to add in their own response and then they can also read through and respond to any of their classmates' responses as well. So it's a great way to kind of foster that sense of community within the course. To exit out of this resource, I'm going to click the X and it's going to take me back to my learning path. The next item is the ebook. So this will be the digital book. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. This matches exactly what the students have in print. I can navigate to a specific section by clicking on it from the table of contents, or I can use the arrows to navigate. You'll notice that there are exercises that are embedded in line into the text. This allows students to complete those exercises as they're working through the chapter. You can set these up to count toward a grade, or they can simply be practice. The student can interact with the book similar to how they would interact with a print version of the book. So they can highlight and take notes. To do so, all I have to do is click and drag over the relevant text. And when I lift up on my cursor, I'm given a contextual menu where I can choose to highlight the text or add a note. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight, and then I can click it again to add in my note. As you can see, the notes and highlights are saved on the page, but they're also tracked for the students in their notes tool here on the right side. So within their highlights tab, we'll see the note and highlight that we just made. It's organized for the student by the chapter and the subsection, and students can choose to print these out. In this My Notes area, students also have access to a general notebook where they can take notes kind of outside of the margins of the ebook. This notebook will sync with Evernote, so if students have the free Evernote app downloaded to their smartphone or other mobile device, they can use that device to take notes and it will sync into this notebook. And there's also an area for bookmarks. A few other tools that students have within the e-reader include an embedded dictionary. So if I come across a word that I'm unfamiliar with, I can simply highlight it and click Dictionary. And the dictionary definition will open up. So this is great for students as they can get the dictionary definition right away without having to leave what they're doing and look up the word on a separate website or look it up in a printed dictionary. Another tool that's quite popular with students is a tool called the Read Speaker. This allows for the book to be read aloud to students. This is great for any students who might have visual impairments or any auditory learners. To have the page read aloud, you would click the speaker icon in the top left, or we can highlight specific text and choose Read Text from the menu. As the instructor, you can annotate this book by clicking on the pencil icon. You can add in your own content anywhere where you see the plus icon. This would allow you to add in things like YouTube videos, links out to other websites, or any of your own content. So it's a great way to add in a separate resource or a piece of multimedia that really engages the student in what's being discussed on the page. This also allows you to add in all of your resources right at point of reference, and again, keep the students focused in one area instead of having to go out to different websites and different locations to access their materials. Next, students will have a reflection activity. In these activities, students will watch a student video and then answer questions based off of what they've seen in the video. So it helps the students start to think critically and think about how they can apply what they're learning to their own lives. And lastly, there's an assignment for each chapter. This activity is auto-graded and provides the students with very detailed feedback. So in this particular assignment, the student is testing their knowledge on learning style preference. So we'll have some questions based off of the different learning styles. So let's go in and take a look at the VARC Learning Styles Assessment. So here the student is going to work through the assessment. And when the student is finished, we can click on Grade It Now. And this is going to give the student feedback on their responses. Now, after working through that learning styles assessment, the student is going to do some application work based off of their results. This activity is auto-graded, and we can set it up so that the scores would go directly into your Blackboard gradebook. You can add in any of your own resources within the learning path by clicking on the plus icon here at the top, and you can choose to add an activity. Similar to the ebook, this allows you to add in your own YouTube videos, your own content, links out to other websites, but it also allows you to create in your own activities that you may want the students to complete. As you're reviewing, please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. I am happy to help. And as I mentioned, we're certainly happy to come in and do a face-to-face demonstration for anyone who may be interested. Thanks so much.